Hello, this is Nathan from Snap, and today we're going to be looking at the analysis and reporting side of Snap Online. We're going to be focusing on the three top-level overview reports which come built into each questionnaire in Snap. We have the questionnaire, summary and summary tables report, and we'll also be looking at a more bespoke report which has been built using the power of Snap Desktop. So let's take you straight into the software. We're going to be moving into the travel survey that we've been using throughout the introduction videos, and you can see that we have 450 responses, and it's actually a live survey. So one of the big benefits of using Snap Online to view your analysis is it doesn't matter whether you view your analysis at the end of the project or midway through the project. Your data is always up to date. And if we go straight into the Analyze tab, so as mentioned, in every survey built in Snap, we always have our three standardized reports. We have the questionnaire report, which we'll look at initially. And this is basically a print preview of your survey, but it has the counts and percents for every single question. So the benefit is that it's instantly recognizable because ultimately it looks exactly the same as your survey, and just gives a really good overview of every single question in your survey. We have got the option to filter our data, so we have filters and context. And if I click on filter, and initially I'm just going to apply a custom filter. And if I was to say question 4 equals 2, so this is question 4 being the gender question and 2 being the females. If I click OK and then apply, that will update the report. It's removed all the data for the males, but not just from question 4, from the entire survey. So the responses to do with the price is just for those 221 females. We can add to that filter. If I click back on custom filter, could say and question 5 equals in brackets 1, 2. So this will now be the data for the females who are up to 25 years old or under 25 years old. So again, the entire survey now is just for those 96 females who belong to that particular age group. So that was the questionnaire report. If we go back to the reports tab, we then have an equivalent report, but this time we have a separate bar chart for every single tick box question, and again gives you the counts and percents. For any of the open style questions we have a list, and for any of the quantity response questions we have a mini statistics table. Again, we can filter this in exactly the same way. You can see it still has the same filter as we had before. What I might actually do is add an additional filter on. And if we look at question 1A, which is how else did you travel today, and search for everyone that said the word cycled, and apply that one. You can see there's just one person by the looks of it who was female, under the age of 25, and they cycled. If I was to go back into that custom filter and maybe open up the filter a little bit and just search for those that cycled, regardless of gender and age, you can see we now have a few more people. Okay, going back to our reports, it's a very similar report, but this time in table format. So rather than a bar chart for each question, we now have exactly the same data, but this time as a table. Okay, so that was just the standard reports which are built into every survey produced in Snap. I should just point, before we move on, point out that if I was to go back to the Collect tab and Responses, all this data is available to download into Excel, and you have the options to have code labels, which means it will export words like male and female, rather than if I said code indices, then I will end up having 1 for male and 2 for female. Ideally, rather than exporting to Excel, you would actually make these reports available to colleagues or clients. If I just go back into the summary report, obviously we could print those off the PDF or download those if you wanted to. Ideally, you would actually set up colleagues and clients with their own Snap Online account and allow them to view the data. And as I said, the big benefit is if someone fills in the survey at 2:30 AM and then one of your clients or colleagues happens to run the report at 2:35 AM, their report would include that data. So it's always going to be up to the minute. Okay, I'm now going to take you into a more detailed report which has been built using the power of Snap Desktop. So this survey has 220 respondents. If I go into the Analyze tab. So first of all, there's some tables and charts built into this survey. So these again were built using the power of Snap Desktop, and then the data populates them in Snap Online. Okay. But if I go back to the reports, and I still again have my standardized top level reports. If I now go into the MPS report, I'll just fit it to page. So it's a nice simple report, including the comments at the end. But if I zoom in, you can see it's calculating lots of different things, working out the MPS score, letting you know how many people responded, and also includes the previous 12 months of data. Again, if I was to go down to filters and context, this survey's been set up so the filters are a little bit easier to use. We've got some questions in there already. So if I wanted to display the results just for those who chose, I don't know, maybe between 0 and 5, then I can much easier specify that that's the filter I want. So again, this has been programmed in Snap Desktop, and then the data is being displayed in Snap Online. Equally, under context is where I can specify that I wish to run the report for a particular month, and again it will backtrack the previous 12 months. So that was just a quick overview of the analysis and reporting available in Snap Online, along with some more sort of bespoke reporting that was actually created using the power of the Snap Desktop. There is of course plenty of additional resources available online, including lots of interactive tutorials and worksheets available on our website. You have also got access of course to our normal support team, or better still, why don't you organise a training day with myself?